Good evening. Welcome to the March 30th edition of FRCmedia News. I'm Donna Mata. This week, we give you the first sneak peek inside the inner workings of the Amazon Fulfillment Center, provide details about declaring June Seatbelt Safety Awareness Month, and provide reaction on the school superintendent's proposed budget for next fiscal year. But first, let's check in with Will Richmond, Managing Digital News Editor of the Fall River Herald News. Hello, Will. It's nice to talk to you.
Hi, Donna. How you doing?
Very, very good. I know you're used to Keith, but you have me today. Keith's away this week, and we have actually a lot to talk about. Why don't we start with the big story of the week, which is the mayor's desire to, in essence, dissolve the Fall River Office of Economic Development, which is a nonprofit agency that works directly with the Redevelopment Authority. Why don't you give us the update on what the paper has?
Sure. At this point, there seems to be a bit of a delay in the efforts. The mayor is currently away in Florida attending a conference related to seaports and his interest in the state pier here in Fall River. So this separation may have helped to create a bit of a thaw on this topic, but essentially the mayor is looking to eliminate FROED's role in terms of staff in the Redevelopment Authority and using the funding that would go to that to instead form his own economic development office within the mayor's, under the guidance of the mayor's office. So it seems at this point, both Mayor Correa and Ken Fiola, the executive vice president of FROED, are taking a sort of, we may be able to work towards a cooperative situation tone. And that certainly has been helped by the fact that the city council voted on a leave to withdraw for the mayor's request to create the economic development position in his office. So we'll see. We may see where this one goes in future weeks as the mayor returns to Fall River.
I understand, too, that the mayor, in essence, surprised Ken Fiola as well, because he called the meeting rather quickly with the Redevelopment Authority. And I know FROED has been working with the Development Authority since 2000, since the year 2000. So in a sense, even though the mayor had said he has wanted to do this all along, he wanted a city economic development office and tourism together, it sort of came as a bit of surprise to Mr. Fiola.
Yeah, the meeting with the Redevelopment Authority to make the request to remove the funding was done as a special meeting request from the mayor's office about 2 days before the meeting took place. So it sort of was a very rapid process that began Monday of last week and moved towards the meeting on Thursday and then continued into Tuesday of this week as the city council addressed it.
And then the vote, the leave to withdraw vote came down, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily dead in the water, correct?
Well, it may not be dead in the water. The council would have to vote to bring it back up. So, you know, essentially it does remove it from conversation at the council level at this point. But certainly additional requests could be made, tweaks to the plan could be offered, and it could return to the council's office again.
It very well could, and from what I understand, the mayor has final authority basically on what he wants to do. So it'll be interesting to see how this pans out. I know that the paper had reported that there were officials at Fall River's Industrial Park not happy with the idea, too.
Yeah, the Industrial Parks Association had met prior to the Thursday Redevelopment Authority meeting and had voted to place a statement on record that they were not in favor of all economic development falling under the mayor's office, and they were calling on the Redevelopment Authority to schedule a public hearing, which the Redevelopment Authority eventually decided to do at their meeting Thursday night.
And part of the theory of having FROED independent from the city in that sense is that it will stay alive, so to speak, no matter who's mayor, no matter what administration. That was the basis of starting FROED at the very beginning. So Maseos Correa, the current mayor, obviously has different plans, and like you said, we'll see how it rolls out from here. And speaking about economic development, there's some news coming out with the Duval Street reconstruction project and Route 79. So why don't you update us on that issue?
Sure. The Mass Department of Transportation was scheduled to open on Wednesday. The 7 bids that were received for work on to do the next phase of the Route 79 project. This would be the section roughly from the Cove Restaurant up to the Veterans Memorial Bridge. We're currently in the process here on Thursday afternoon and trying to get those award announcements from Mass DOT. We do understand that there has been, there were, I think, 3 of the companies that bid were selected. So this is a project that at this point is moving forward. It has support at the state level to continue, so it would seem that there's some good momentum here for this to build on.
And if I understand this correctly, we're in the design phase of the project. The 7 bids are for the design phase.
Right. Well, right now it's they're doing the 25% design. It's an estimated $68 million project, and so they're moving forward with that aspect of it.
Yes, and it's been obviously a long time coming. All right, let's move on to back up a little bit and go back to the City Council. There was an ordinance proposed, and I have actually your article right in front of me about a professional courtesy that the mayor tell the City Council when he's away or out of the city, so that the City Council president could take over in the event of an emergency or something happening in the city. And of course, that would be Sean Kadim. He co-sponsored this resolution with Linda Pereira. So tell us a little bit more what you think about that.
Sure. The argument, as you mentioned, is that it is as a professional courtesy that should the mayor be out of the state, the council president and vice president be notified, just so in the event that if something should happen while he is away, there isn't confusion over where the mayor is, who's sort of running things at City Hall, and ensuring that the city is in good hands in the case of an emergency. It seemed to be fine with the mayor based on his comments, as long as it was being done for the right purposes and not simply to keep constant tabs on where the mayor is. So this one may have some movement to happen as it goes through the City Council process.
It actually is an interesting concept. Mr. Kadim was saying that the mayor has been in Florida 2 or 3 times since his State of the City address, and the mayor said via your article that no, he hasn't, and as you talked to him in Miami, where he is currently. So it will be interesting to see how that ordinance pans out. And now let's end our little discussion with the feel-good dedication story that came out yesterday.
Sure. The city dedicated the bridge in the area of Quikoshan and Quarry Street to Edmund Damaris, a longtime city employee who prior to that was a mill worker and served in the military. So, this was named for, he was a longtime resident of the Flint, so the location was appropriate. And it certainly seemed to bring out a very large family contingent for the event, which seemed pretty proud of the moment.
Very good. You were there with your reporters, and I know Ray Haig was there, Veteran Services for the city. So, yeah, that's a pretty good story. What do you have coming up in the paper next week or this week?
Sure. Well, this weekend we will be sort of wrapping up our ongoing series looking at the homelessness issue in Fall River. And we'll also go inside the new center to provide services for children that with autism that has opened up here in Fall River as well.
Oh, very good. That'll be very interesting. You can talk to Keith about that next week too. Very good.
Sure.
Well, thank you very much, Will, for your time. It's always a pleasure.
All right. Have a good weekend.
You too, Will. We'll have more FRC Media News right after this.
Here are some job descriptions on the latest hot jobs list from the Fall River Career Center. Accounting Coordinator. The Graysmith Companies is looking for a skilled accounting coordinator for a fast-growing manufacturing company in the Fall River area. Must have strong knowledge of accounting procedures, time management, and oral written communication skills. Job number 872-9240. Psychiatric nurse practitioner. Oleski Associates is in need of a full-time, experienced psychiatric nurse practitioner to work in an outpatient facility which provides primary and integrated behavioral health care to patients with addiction and co-occurring psychic conditions in the Fall River area. Job number 872-1657. Assistant Marketing Manager. Aquabotics Technology Corporation, located at 141 North Main Street, is seeking a part-time assistant marketing manager to support the marketing team and manage small-scale projects as requested, from intake through conception, production, and distribution. Job number 872-1622. Kindred Healthcare, located at 417 Rock Street, is looking to fulfill the following positions. Assistant Nursing Director, job number 873-0283. Registered Nurse, job number 873-0282. Speech Language Pathologist, job number 872-1738. Certified Nursing Assistant, job number 872-0346. For more information on these or other positions, visit FRCmedianews.org or call the Fall River Career Center at 508-730-5000.
Welcome back. The Amazon Fulfillment Center in Fall River's Industrial Park held its grand opening recently. FRCmedia's Assistant Director of Television Services, Steve Rice, and I were honored to be among the attendees. Here's more. The grand opening brought out more dignitaries than the usual state and local officials who attend such events. During the opening ceremonies, Amazon General Manager Andrew Sweatman explained the magnitude of what Amazon offers, not only to the greater New England area, but the greater Fall River community as well.
Our teams have already engaged with more than $50,000 worth of donations of laptops and devices, school supplies, holiday gifts, and cash for nonprofits like Recreation, Child and Family Services, and the United Way. And we look forward to continuing this ongoing support for our local communities. This is an opportunity for us to give back and for us to be an active member and participant in the communities that we work in.
Governor Charlie Baker also took his place at the podium. He talked up the importance of how local, state, and business officials working together results in an improved image and financial base for communities like Fall River.
From our point of view, this was a great example of how state government can work with local communities and with businesses and with higher education and workforce development folks to get stuff done. We did a lot of work around working with locals around the permitting and some of the tax incentives and all the rest. And then we partnered up with the career centers and the community colleges and some of the other workforce development people to make sure that folks from this community would have an opportunity to get the training that they would need to get hired here. And I think over the course of the past year and a half, I think we put 1,000 people through the process here, and many of them landed both full and part-time employment opportunities depending upon what they were looking for. And in the end, in the South Coast area, we've done about somewhere in the vicinity of 2,000 to 2,500 jobs worth of economic development over the past couple of years that have been worth about $100 million in investment in this region. After the opening ceremonies, the attendees took a 1.5-hour tour of the 1.4 million square foot facility. Led by Sweatman, the media and other attendees, including, of course, Governor Baker, and U.S. Senators Ed Markey and Elizabeth Warren, met with workers, learned about how the latest technology is used to pick and package product, and how these packages are constantly being moved in part via conveyor belts. Warren said she was impressed with the magnitude of the facility and its positive impact on jobs being created.
I am here today to celebrate. I'm here today to celebrate because Amazon has discovered a local treasure. And the local treasure they have discovered are the workers of Bristol County who are ready to rock and roll. Am I right on that? Am I right on that? You ready? I've been talking to pickers and packers and problem solvers, right? Learning about the work, but most of all, learning about the workers who are ready to do this work. So my view about this one is this is just the beginning. Amazon has shown the way, has said, wow, there's something special going on right here in Fall River, right here in Bristol County. And they want to take advantage of it. My view is, let's get more people to come take advantage of that. More companies, come find these wonderful workers. We can get it done right here in Massachusetts.
U.S. Senator Ed Markey commented on how pleased he was to see the massive facility providing jobs for families in which to support themselves.
We are working, as Elizabeth said, down in Washington every day to keep our unemployment rate low.
Yes.
And to drive it even lower. And that's what we're celebrating here today. We're celebrating 1,000 new families that have jobs, that have an income going into their lives, that increase the property values because there's more money coming into the economy as a whole. That's a great day. And we work every day, Elizabeth and I, down in Washington in order to protect this economic engine of growth which has been created here.
The Amazon Fulfillment Center employs over 1,500 Greater Fall River residents, and more people are expected to be hired in the future. Other local officials who attended, of course, were Fall River Mayor Jaziel Correa and 3 city councilors, Cliff Ponte, Linda Pereira, and Ray Mitchell. We caught up with Ray and asked him what he thought after he was done with his tour. I'm here with City Councilor Ray Mitchell, who's at the Fulfillment Center for the grand openings. What did you think of City Council?
I was amazed. The technology that exists in this building is just unbelievable. The amount of space there is in this building, you could get lost in here very easily. And at the same time, the people here are so good. I mean, they were very helpful to us, let us know exactly what was happening, how they package. They allowed a couple of my colleagues to package something to get it ready to be shipped, and they showed us how a conveyor belt, the conveyor belt actually has pins in it, and when it goes through the conveyor belt, it gets scanned, and then it is diverted to a proper location that is going to be shipped to. It's just amazing. I'll tell you, I was flabbergasted. Never seen anything like it.
If former Fall River City Councilor Mike Maseos has his way, Governor Charlie Baker will proclaim the month of June as Seatbelt Safety Awareness Month. Maseos is working with State Representative Alan Sylvia to convince the governor to remind motorists in June to buckle up. During a recent in-studio interview, Maseos explained why he is pushing now for this proclamation. Let's talk about your seatbelt safety issue. We know the background, and State Rep Alan Sylvia had filed a bill. So why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, well, as people know, I lost my granddaughter in a tragic vehicle rollover last June 3rd on her way to the senior prom. She, unfortunately, we know she was not wearing a seatbelt, and she was ejected from the vehicle. And I believe Donna, had she had her seatbelt on, she would have been with us here today. And the reason I can say that with confidence is, well, 2 reasons. One, I've done a lot of research on seatbelts, and I do believe they save life. But the person that she was with, literally 1 foot away from, was involved in the same accident, had his seatbelt on, and walked away with minor injuries. So 2 people, same accident, diametrically different results. I believe if Hannah was here today and had her seatbelt on and had survived that accident, she would have been an advocate for seatbelt safety, buckling up. I'm doing for her what she can't do.
In a concerted effort to meet his goal to have that proclamation done by June, Maseos is currently collecting signatures to convince the governor that people want to see June proclaimed as Seatbelt Safety Awareness Month. In addition, Maseos is also hoping that public service announcements can be aired on this subject.
I want the kids speaking to kids. I mean, they always listen to us adults, and we get the hand or whatever. But maybe if they can come up with something where kids are talking to kids, the kids get it and understand it. Again, I mean, it is a personal choice, I guess, when you get in the car, or the vehicle, whether or not you buckle up. But I don't think Hannah went to the prom that day thinking or wanting to die. She made a choice. She paid the price for that choice. So if we can get this forward and we can save one kid, then it'll be well worth the effort.
We'll have more FRC Media News right after this.
Hi, welcome to Forever Paws, Hot Dogs and Cool Cats. This is Penelope. She's been here for quite a while. She does have hyperthyroidism. She's somewhere between 7 and 10 years old. It's hard to guess sometimes how old they are. She is very difficult to place once someone knows she has a medical issue. The thing of her medical issue is it's not hard to maintain, but like with any good pet ownership, you should do yearly blood work, and that's what she requires, is yearly blood work to make sure her level of thyroid medication is where it needs to be. She's quite sedate. She likes to be patted. She's not crazy about being held, but as you can see, she's not really over the top about trying to get away from me. What she really prefers is a warm, sunny spot to lay down in. If you want someone to just keep you company, she's your one.
So this is Scotty. He's a 4-year-old male silky terrier, and he came to us in the beginning of March. He's available for adoption at Forever Paws if you want to come see him. Our address is 300 Linwood Street, Fall River. We're open every day except for Wednesday, 11 to 4.
The Fall River School Committee is meeting regularly now to discuss the budget for the next fiscal year. That budget was presented to them by School Superintendent Dr. Matthew Malone about 2 months earlier than under past administrations, by the way. FRC Media News caught up with school committee member Joe Martins, who plans to ask school administrators, teachers, principals, and others how they feel the money should be allocated before he votes.
Every time I go into the budgeting process, I always ask, what you want this money? Fine. I want something in return. I want to know what your goals are for the achievement of student progress. And that's what I'm going to constantly ask, because we will be meeting with the principals of each school and saying you have certain targets that you're supposed to be meeting, right? And you're telling me that with this money it's going to do it. Well, when you tell me that you're going to do something, I expect you to do it.
And speaking about school-related matters, we reported last week that Bristol Community College received $4.1 million in capital grant money from the Massachusetts Life Sciences Center. The purpose to transform, expand, and accelerate the life sciences workforce pipeline. Simply put, this means providing training impacts on educational and workforce development. During last week's announcement, BCC honor student Kimberly Dos Santos expressed student appreciation for the funding.
On behalf of the students, we are so grateful for this grant. BCC will be able to excel in the field like never before and afford the opportunity to land top jobs. I will ensure that BCC is a top designation in Massachusetts for students who want to train in the most modern facilities with the latest technology. Having worked in the lab for many years, I know how quickly technology changes and the need to train and learn in a more modern environment. I know this grant will excel the program into the 21st century. It is amazing that the new students coming into the college will have this opportunity. I am truly excited for them. I wish that I was afforded the opportunity to have this degree when I first entered the college. I must say, I am jealous, and that I will not be here to take advantage of what this grant will bring to the program, but maybe I might find a reason to come back. Who knows? Thank you.
That's it for this edition of FRC Media News. You can catch FRC Media News Thursday and Friday at 6 p.m., but our online news site is available 24/7 at frcmedianews.org. For all of us here at FRC Media News, I'm Donna Mata. But before we sign off, we want to remind you of the upcoming cake show competition, which is held every year at Bristol Community College at 777 Ellsbury Street, of course, starting at 10 o'clock in the morning and ending at 3 o'clock. FRC's media photographer and videographer Michelle Dumas and I were there last week, and we're going to leave you with some exciting video from that event.